everything okay? I'm going to go through some of the
everything's all right with me.
NBA trade rumors from Tuesday. I have to say the time, 11:31 and 23 seconds Pacific Standard Time, PST, because if I don't, by 12:31 Pacific Standard Time, I have no idea who's going to be playing in the NBA and what teams are going to be relocated to other parts of the world, and maybe what players are going with them.
And which fans will have relocated to other parts of the world to avoid the pain.
I do not advocate for violence. If we could evacuate the garden and burn it down, that would be good, but don't mess up the trains underneath that Penn Station. That would cause even more mayhem.
Are you calling for the burning down of the building?
Yeah, 110%.
What are you, Madonna?
Is that what she did?
She called for the burning down of the White House, yeah. Or blowing up the White House.
Yeah, like, you know, but not with anybody, anybody in it.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like, I feel like Milton in
you know, just like burn a jersey.
Stapleton was going to burn the whole thing. I would never burn a jersey. That to me is like insane. First of all, those cost like so much money.
So hold on, so, burning down Madison Square Garden is completely normal.
It's a metaphor.
But burning
it's a metaphor.
It's environmentally friendly.
It's a metaphor. First of all, I need the space in New York.
That is true.
Second of all, it's a metaphor.
I get it.
This team is a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
So I made the whole building into a fire from a dumpster.
You could just leave it to be like the stadiums in Brazil after the Olympics and just have it be the world's biggest New York's bird shitting nest.
Yeah. We'll start with Jimmy Butler, and we'll just progressively get angrier as the clip goes on. So Jimmy Butler is now trying to pursue, or I guess force his way into the Cleveland Cavaliers. He sounds very interested according to the reports. And again, they're reports, but you gotta look out for the fake Woj tweets, especially on draft day. Our intern, Zach, even found me one about how the Knicks traded Porzingis. Go away, please go away. But Jimmy Butler to the Cavs does make sense, and it is a better pickup than Paul George, ever so slightly. Go to @YoungNBA's Twitter account if you would like. He has the numbers there for you. Statistically, in almost every single category, Jimmy Butler is better than Paul George. Secondly, he's better defensively. Paul George is the better offensive option ever so slightly, but not on catch and shoot threes, which the Cavs do a lot of. Secondly, he's better defensively, only ever so slightly. So better defensively, a little bit worse offensively, but what do the Cavs need to address more so than anything else? Their defense, because it was a problem, as we saw. It was exposed at times during the playoffs. So just I think ever so slightly Jimmy Butler over Paul George. But there's memes, Francis. Of course there's memes.
I know those memes.
We're gonna go in order up until we get to the Hawks, who sent out the greatest tweet of all time. But number 11, we'll start and we'll go right through them. Cavs, what would you like for Jimmy Butler? Oh, top talent in the draft picks if possible. Cavs, I have $3. SpongeBob, always. Police officer pulled up next to me while I was on my phone, but I told him the Cavs might get Jimmy Butler and he let me slide. Oh, next. We just learned in a 5-minute period that the Wolves, Suns, and Cavaliers are all going for Jimmy Butler. The NBA is bananas, and I love it, which is true. I like Kevin O'Connor's tweet as well. And then lastly, of the Jimmy Butler memes, we have GM LeBron in the office thinking about who she'd acquire, Paul George or Jimmy Butler. Everything's on fire. Because again, you can't acquire much when your GM has been fired.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that even works. Again, Francis, who files the papers?
That's what I was saying, man. It's like,
do they have an intern? Does the intern become the GM? Like whoever David Griffin's intern was is now like,
it'd be like,
hey man, do my job.
It'd be like Starbucks firing a barista when they're mid making you coffee. It's like, what? Who's gonna? What the? What am I? How am I gonna be caffeinated?
I actually watched a Starbucks barista storm out of Starbucks.
Oh, really?
2 days ago over the weekend. I guess very upset with her manager.
Trump's fault?
Threw her apron down and said, "I'm done with this shit," and just walked out. It was like,
I would be like, my grande latte. My grande latte.
My latte.
Before you leave?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
No, this is the NBA is insane at the moment, and you mentioned it in the previous clip, and I'll reiterate it. And probably people might not even watch that clip, and they'll think that I have made the cool comment right now.
11:35, 53 seconds PST. What you're saying could be false in 12 minutes.
Well, I was just going to make a general sweeping statement that the offseason right now is way more exciting than the full entire season. You're right, by far and away.
Yeah.
The offseason at the moment it's exciting because it's needed. Not because I think the Cavs need to get any better, but they know that they have to if they want to try and compete with the Golden State Warriors. Now, some people might take this as it's shite, and now all the best players are just going to go to the best teams, and everyone's going to be the superpowers, blah, blah, blah.
We don't care.
I don't care. I've been a huge fan of Jimmy Butler since
really
3 years ago when I really started making the transition and graduated into the NBA Basketball Talking League of TYT Sports.
The NBA Talking League.
Yeah, we're very good. I've got a wicked 3-point. Yeah, the T League. I've got a wicked point from distance when it comes to I can project my voice. Wicked. So Jimmy Butler made the Chicago Bulls a competitive team somewhat competitive team in the Eastern Conference. When he was injured, you saw how horrible they were. And I think that he is the only player, and I'll say this boldly.
Oh God.
The only player that the Cavaliers, who they have available right now to potentially get, that they could get that makes them slightly more on par with the Golden State Warriors going into next season. Simply because it's consistency. When you get them fit and you get them fit, he's gonna maintain a certain standard that the Cavaliers needed when it comes to consistency, because LeBron James, as much as he does defy logic, those knees, that back, how's it gonna hold that weight of the team consistently over a 5, 6, 7 game series
next year?
Next year?
The Instagram, did you see his workout the other day?
No,
it's
more aerodynamic.
He's on a, what's it called, not a medicine ball, a yoga ball, right? So and first of all, if anybody's ever done any kind of yoga ball workout, it's all for a lot of it's balance, and it's hard to even just get the balance to even use weights. So he's on his knees on the yoga ball, right? So just his knees, most everything else.
He's not supported.
Not supported, just the yoga ball on his knees, and he's got, holding up with his left hand, a balance bar, which is light on both sides. We can throw in the video so you guys can see it, but it's I think 15 or 20-ish pounds, and he's doing shoulder workouts with the other one.
I mean, I just can't.
So yeah, I'm sure his
I
knees,
just can't take your word for that. I'm just gonna have to.
I think
it's
right there. It's all, I mean, look at this. Look at this. And it's all core, and it's a balance thingy, and I don't even know what the hell's happening. We'll put it in post. So yeah, his knees are looking terrible. Do you know how hard that is to just balance, man? Add it to the decathlon. Add it to the decathlon, Jacory.
Let's do it.
Yoga ball, balancing, weightlifting.
All right, well, let's everyone just put it out there. We can start it on this platform. You know how the Nicki Minaj challenge is going on, and so you can walk, and I think you walk and then you spin when you talk, and do it with a lot of attitude. Let's do the LeBron James challenge, so that all the haters of LeBron James, because I'm not going to volunteer to do it, because I will admit that this guy defies logic, and I will probably break something falling. But all those people that rip LeBron James, go ahead, do it. I'm calling on you to do the LeBron James challenge. Don't know why I started talking like Donald Trump, but
look at this shit, man.
I can
go
do
ahead.
Easy.
So yeah, he looks terrible.
I can do it.
No chance.
Bet money.
He looks, yeah, LeBron looks terrible, man. Looks like super out of shape, too.
But you don't get 18 takes before you go and post the one that works.
Oh,
you
God.
live stream.
You don't think that's what he did? You don't think that's what LeBron did?
No, he didn't.
No, man, look at that shit.
He's live streaming.
All right, I'm on now. Finally, get the video. Get the video.
Get the video. That's all right. So we got to move through because we have so many other just some wonderful trade rumors to go through. But before we get there, the Hawks did send out the best tweet with the Hornets involved as well. According to our mentions, we should trade everybody. The Hornets said, bruh, same. And then we move to the Phil Jackson tweets. You can't win with the Knicks audience because I said, well, we'll get to these. Frank Isola, Phil Jackson's not trying to get fired. He's just operating under the belief that he's still the smartest guy in the room, even after 80 and 166. Remember, I'm the asshole, right? I'm the dickhead, F-bag, D-bag asshole. Remember, because 6 months ago when we played the game, would you rather keep Phil or keep Melo? And I wasn't even hesitant. Phil can go. We were better when we just had Melo. You guys stop blaming Melo for all the Knicks' problems. This segment is called 11 Rings and No New Friends. Okay, because Phil Jackson doesn't want any new friends. He doesn't want any new players. He doesn't want the team to be good. In his weird ass head, in his 85-year-old archaic triangular shaped mind, Phil Jackson believes, yeah, Kristaps Porzingis is on the trade block.
Yeah.
What are you pointing at the book?
Don't know how many times Jason's tried to throw that book.
Yeah, they keep putting it back over there. I fucking hate that book. It's not
because
mine.
I always bring it back.
Jeremy.
That's all I like to hear about, man.
I hate that book.
Jason, I often feel bad for you when it comes to things. I genuinely do feel bad for every Knicks fan when it comes to this. Like, it's the most asinine thing that you can possibly think to do to try and strengthen your organization. Like, what point do you think to yourself, we have a unicorn, let's get it out the building? You want to embrace the unicorn.
I know.
You want to nurture it. You want to make other unicorns from it.
Metaphorically, burn it down and start again by moving all of Bikini Bottom, I mean New York, to Seattle. Okay, move them to make them the Supersonics. Okay, it's fine. I'll be a Supersonics fan because my team moved. Then Brooklyn could be the only team. They'll be getting the first pick, but traded to the Celtics for the next 17 years. And that's fine. It's fine. Everything will be fine. There's more. I have more. By the way, the idea, so everyone on Earth, the triangle doesn't work and never trade Kristaps. Asshole. Next. Man, this offseason is lit. Total chaos. Couldn't get any crazier. Francis's favorite. Francis's favorite of all tweets, the hold my beer tweet. We continue. Francis, I think this is a very accurate gif of what the
fucking love it.
Of what the Knicks organization is. Just. And we got 3 more, because why not?
I love it, man.
Celtics should hold picks built via draft, not trades. Kristaps might be available. Yo, Ainge, do it. Next. The Boston Celtics are interested in Kristaps Porzingis, who for some reason might be available.
Of course they are.
And lastly, Porzingis, our good friend Tommy Beer, the only player in NBA history with at least 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, 250 blocks, and 100 made threes over his first 2 seasons, because that's the guy you trade. Look, if this is all a ploy by Phil Jackson to do something with Melo, to do something with this, it's a bad ploy for the reason being you never air out the idea that you want to trade, or it's a possibility that you're going to trade your franchise player. This is not, it's the complete opposite of what Magic Johnson did with the Lakers. He comes in there and they say, who's on the trade block? Gets the questions from the reporters and the journalists and the beat writers. And he said, the only person not available is Brandon Ingram. That's my guy for the future. That's what you say. If you really won't want anybody else, all you have to say, the only guy not available is Kristaps Porzingis. You could pick up the phone and call as many GMs as you want behind closed doors, behind the media, so they don't see it, and say, hey, we might want to trade up to the Celtics, so Celtics, you give us your first round pick next year, the 3rd overall pick this year, and whatever, Avery Bradley, and we'll give you Porzingis. But the second that it gets out, he brings this mayhem to himself. He brings it upon himself, and it just casts a really ugly cloud over the Knicks organization, which is easily tied with the Kings as the most defunct organization in the NBA. And for the first time in league history, as other people were tweeting out, James Dolan should intervene. All he's got to do is kick Phil Jackson off of the Knicks, and then Stephen A. Smith said he would excommunicate him from New York. Do you remember in the 3rd Dark Knight movie, the 3rd Batman movie, the 3rd of the Christopher Nolan ones, where he says, death or exile?
Yeah. Death
by exile. We're gonna put Phil on a little ice raft, right? Whatever you call it. We're gonna peel it off and we're gonna kick him away. And then he could sail all the way to London. Could you get to London from here? Just cross the Atlantic? No?
Yeah, you can cross it.
So you get to London, and then he could ruin Manchester United, and it won't be my problem anymore.
No, but he would go there and he'd start over again, and then he'd be great, and he would deliver Manchester United trophies first, and then he would go to Arsenal, and then he would ruin Arsenal.
He'd ruin Arsenal again.
Yeah, he would start with greatness, and then he'd end up losing it.
It's beyond
I can't fathom
belief.
It. Yeah, it's
beyond belief. And of course, the part is like they want to trade up. Maybe, stay calm. Maybe to get, I can't pronounce his name, Lowry Markkanen. Yeah, Markkanen, close, in the right in the Markkanen. Him, by the way, he's a 7-footer whose profile says 7-footer who could snipe from 3. We have a 7-footer who can snipe from 3. Why would you trade?
Do you know what, the thing is that I find funny is that people even writing about this are still slowly trying to contemplate the reality of it. It's like, oh, the Celtics may be interested in them because the Celtics are probably like,
are you serious? We have 300 picks. Take them all.
You're maybe gonna let this guy go. Absolutely.
Do you think the Celtics looked at that trade and they went, no, they can't be serious.
They're pulling something over me.
Hey, Phil, you up? Think about that lineup, though. I gotta say, though, you want to talk about a team that can compete. If you did have Isaiah Thomas for next year, Avery Bradley, Jay Crowder, Al Horford, and Kristaps Porzingis as your 5, with the bench of having, who am I missing? Jaylen Brown and Gordon Hayward, possibly, and
watch the Warriors take him.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say at the beginning of this clip, like we all think right now, like look at this man, next year's gonna be so competitive. Paul George, dark horse for the Wizards, and then Jimmy Butler to the Cavs, and Porzingis to the Celtics. And what's gonna really happen is Lonzo Ball, Markelle Fultz, Josh Jackson, Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Chris Paul, all gonna go to the Warriors. They're gonna sign for like $14,000. All
Depth.
Of them. All of them.
And they're just gonna trade out Zaza Pachulia, and that's it.
I did offer some. I did offer some trades to the Twitterverse that I thought were fair for Porzingis, Kyrie and LeBron, straight up. We'll even give you. Actually, you know what? We'll give you our 8th overall pick, Kyrie, LeBron, Damian Lillard, and CJ McCollum. You don't get the pick, but sure, come our way. John Wall, Bradley Beal, CP3, Jamal Crawford, and JJ Redick.
If you guys are just tuning in at this point on the clip, it's been.
I started
10 minutes, 45 seconds of Jason gradually losing his mind. And now he's came to the point at the end of it where it's lost.
Started drinking.
You're done.
Yeah.
Your mind's gone. Phil Jackson's book still
What's the point? We're going to win. Oh my God, we're 80 and 166 since Phil got here. 80 and 166. 80 and 166. I want to make a point before we leave. One last point. Steve Kerr could lose every game for the next 2 seasons and he'd have a better record. Still, actually, he can lose every game for the next 3 seasons and have a better winning percentage.
I think we should just keep like the card going, but just keep like having you talk, and then go into the next clip where you'll be like, yeah, I just think that I think the Porzingis is just not a good trade.